Hey, it's Lee for On Your Marks Wrestling, and I'm here with an Impact review for May 31st, 2018. We start the show with Sanjay Dutt addressing the whole roster, basically talking about these attacks with the X poster being left. Someone calls him out, says no one from management has been attacked yet, and then Petey Williams comes in, defends Sanjay Dutt, says, if he says it, we can believe him, and we kind of move on from there. We get a opening video package as we've been getting for the past few weeks, just setting up the rest of the night. All the matches are set up, or feuds, or anything we're going to see. It's very well done. I like it. I think all shows should probably do it. Then we get a match between Eli Drake and Scott Steiner. And first note I've got here is Steiner was very, very sloppy throughout this match. I want to blame Drake as well, but I think it was mostly Steiner stuff. At one point, I think he sandbagged him too, which is kind of weird. Steiner does hit a couple throws that are kind of nice. When it's the one move that he does that kind of still looks good. Drake misses a springboard moonsault, but it's still impressive that a guy his size even tries that. Drake, at one point, kind of has Steiner on his shoulders and tries to drop him on the top rope, and Steiner, I guess, doesn't want to take that bump, so he just lands on his feet. And doesn't seem to give him any help. He does fall a little bit afterwards just to try to kind of sell it a bit, but Matthews tries to cover this by saying, "Oh, Steiner lands on both Achilles," which basically means landing on your feet. I just thought that was a funny attempt to sell it. Like, he's doing his job. He's trying to cover it, but it's kind of funny. Steiner tosses away the ref at one point, which allows Eli Drake to use a chair that he had grabbed on the outside, hits Steiner with it, and gets the pin that way. Kind of a callback to their match where Steiner accidentally hits Drake and they lose their tag team championships. My face is shining so much right now. It's boiling hot in here. I just turned off my fan so the sound wouldn't be too messed up. Just a little aside there. We have the video screen kind of thing that they do on Impact where Matthews and Callis just kind of talk about the night. Nothing really special comes from that. Then we have a video package summary of the Madison Rayne, Tessa Blanchard feud. It's fine. You need to do it. It's nothing special. I'm going to flip this over. So then we have the Tessa Blanchard, Madison Rayne match. There's a good start for Rayne. She gets a lot of kind of pinning moves on Blanchard. There's a kind of awkward exchange in the corner where they're supposed to do the shoulder to the gut slide under move, but Rayne goes for the slide under move first, and then she realizes, I need to do the shoulder to the gut. But by that point, Blanchard had already moved in a way. It just made it look weird. It was fine, though. Then there's a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Tessa Blanchard without the backbreaker. I don't know what you call it, tilt-a-whirl slam. I don't know if she forgot to put her knee up or if she just didn't. It was kind of strange, but it worked. It's not like it was a botch or anything. It looked fine. Tessa Blanchard hits a bunch of kind of high-impact moves, some that I don't really know the names of. Then she does like a weird DDT into a full Nelson into a DDT kind of thing, or at least like plants Rayne after a full Nelson. Very strange, but kind of looked okay. There's a really nice Northern Lights suplex by Madison Rayne. That's always one of my favorite moves. I know it's never really used as a finisher, but I like it anyway. There's a draped flatliner by Blanchard in the corner. I think that's what you call that move. It's kind of like a reverse DDT. It looked really good. I like that move. Gets a near fall out of it. Blanchard then kind of argues with the ref after that one for a while. She goes for her hammerlock DDT, and Madison Rayne steals the win with a roll-up. Did not expect that. Did not expect this feud to go any longer than today. But that's fine. I like surprises every once in a while. Then we have an LAX segment. Their third in line guy, I think his name is King. He brings LAX. I wrote 2 not-so-classy ladies. I believe they are prostitutes. I'm just going to throw it out there. And he tells them that he got him 2 other bodies or something like that. But then he tells them it's the Cult of Lee. So they're going to have a match versus Cult of Lee next week. And then we have a Brian Cage video package of just kind of highlights of his matches recently. Before we go into a match between Brian Cage and Desmond Xavier. Xavier overwhelms Cage early with speed. Cage gains the advantage with basically an F5 onto the apron. There's a tumbling tope to the outside by Xavier. Looks really cool. He also hits a final flash, I believe it's called, for only a 1 count. Final flash being a senton where he spins a bunch off the top rope. Really cool looking. Eventually, though, Cage just kind of hits his drill claw, gets the win. After the match, Cage picks up Xavier, gives him a little handshake, even though Xavier can't even hold himself up, and walks out of the ring. So Cage maintains his face status. We have Austin Aries with Mackenzie Mitchell. Says that he's bridging gaps throughout the wrestling world right now. He says that until Pentagon beats him one-on-one, he's not the face of Impact. He then says that Pentagon at the end of the night might have no fear, but he'll also have no title. Good promo. Not amazing, but Aries is never bad. We have a really good video package before the Su Yung Ali match. It's a little bit of cheese, but in a good way. It's horror themed. It's got some... I actually really like the song that was playing. I'm going to look that thing up. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Just kind of a emotional... It's not metal at all. It's kind of poppy, but I just thought the music was good. It had good ambiance, and lyrically it was fine. So the Su Yung versus Ali match, the bridesmaids carry out the coffin. Ali comes out to Rosemary's music, and she has Rosemary's makeup on. Young looks a little spooked by that. Pretty standard wrestling-wise at the beginning, at least. Young puts on her glove for the mandible claw, but never really hits it. Ali manages to avoid it for the most part. Ali hits a clothesline off of the casket. We go to commercial. Ali does the rising up from being on her back with her knees under her move. So it's kind of like the Undertaker sitting up, but Rosemary does it with her knees under her, and Ali kind of repeated that process. It looked fine. It looked cool. There is a chair-assisted codebreaker by Ali, but she doesn't get Young into the casket. Eventually, though... I should mention that... Su Yung put a second glove on so she can do the mandible claw with either one of the hands. Ali almost gets Su Yung into the coffin. I forget which move. It might have been after the codebreaker. Su Yung manages to kind of escape it for a second with a palm strike. She's getting out of the coffin, going back into the ring, but Ali lands a super kick and sends Young back into the coffin, but only her leg is out. Still can't close the coffin. Su Yung gets out, grabs it, and the way she escapes it essentially is she puts a mandible claw onto Ali, and she holds that mandible claw for a long time, and it would have sucked if Callis wouldn't have been there, but Callis explains what the mandible claw does, says that there's a bunch of nerve endings in the back of your mouth, and if they're hit, it can be extremely painful, and it's almost paralyzing, and then you kind of appreciate how painful the claw is. And so the fact that Su Yung keeps the claw on for a long time seems more gruesome, and she manages to put Ali in the coffin, who can't really resist at this point because she's had the claw on for so long. Closes the casket. Su Yung becomes the new champion, women's champion, so that's kind of a big deal. I should have mentioned at the beginning, but I completely forgot. This is one of these non-pay-per-view pay-per-views where it plays on regular TV, but Impact give it a special name, so this is called Under Pressure. So that's why the matches seem to be a little bit bigger in scale, and you're actually seeing a title change here. So then we get a creepy... I wrote creepy because I can't really understand what he's saying, but a fairly intense Pentagon Jr. promo in Spanish. They do translate parts of it. Doesn't say anything particularly interesting, but he's so intense about it that you don't really care. It's good. It works. And then we have a little cut to a Sanjay Dutt, who's discovered by Petey Williams with the X poster on him. He's unconscious, so that kind of eliminates the fact that management are not a target. Then we have Eddie Edwards talking to Alicia Edwards, and it's dumb. He legitimately tells her, "I'm going to murder Sami Callihan in the woods. I'm going to go in the woods. There will be no ref, and I'm going to murder him." Strange. Just strange. And I'm even shinier now. Alright, and then we get to the final match of the night. It's Aries versus Pentagon. Aries hits his great suicide dive at the beginning, maybe the best in wrestling. Him and Ember Moon are very good. Pentagon hurts his hand on a post. He tries to slap Aries and hits the post. Made the crowd go all quiet beforehand, so it sounded even more painful. There's a last chancery, but Pentagon escapes. There's Sling Blades by Pentagon at one point. Pentagon tries a driver, but it's countered into the knee breaker exploder suplex combination that Aries does. I love that move. There's a lung blower by Pentagon Jr. Pretty good move as well. Austin Aries tries a brain buster at one point, but is countered into a Pentagon driver. Looked really brutal. Gets a 2 count, but Aries' knee lands on the rope. Kind of in a natural way. It didn't look like he actually tried for the most part. It looked like it happened by accident almost. Then Aries hits he puts a last chancery on the outside. Kind of lets it go at 8, tries to get Pentagon back into the ring, but the ref is doing the fastest 10 count ever and counts them both out. Aries gets into the ring, curses a little bit, says that's bullshit. He wants a decisive winner, and Pentagon agrees. So the match starts again. Pentagon almost rolls Aries right away. Then Aries hits a Death Valley driver onto the apron on Pentagon. But shortly after, Pentagon hits his Pentagon driver on the apron on Aries. And there's another double countout. This time, Pentagon goes into the ring. He demands a restart of the match. Aries agrees. So the ref goes to start the match, kind of turns his back and tells him, hey, go ring the bell. And when that happens, Aries just punts Pentagon in the crotch as hard as he possibly can. And he hits the brainbuster, and he gets the win. And so Aries is once again the Impact champion, and also its grand champion. This ending is clearly a nod to the WWE. I figure this was maybe filmed before. Well, it wasn't filmed before that one match at the pay-per-view, but I think this is a Nakamura thing. Rob warned me about it, and he's like, I think they're giving the finger to the WWE. And I was like, I'll take a look. But yeah, they're definitely giving the finger to the WWE. But it was well done. This was a good match. The double countouts, whatever. But the final match, it meant something. There was a title change. There were 2 title changes on this episode. It didn't start off super fast, but this episode got much better near the end. I liked a lot of the stuff on here, actually. I gave the video package before the Su Yung Ali match. Like, the Su Yung Ali match was, but the video package beforehand, I loved. I liked a lot of stuff. I like Tessa Blanchard just as a bad, evil person who's very aggressive, and I like that she lost because now she's going to be even more angry. I think that's going to work. So, lots of stuff I liked on this episode. I'm going to go ahead and give this an 8.5 out of 10. It wasn't perfect. There wasn't that one signature match, but there were a lot of good matches and a lot of good promos. So, yeah, that's my review. I'm done now. Thanks for watching. Bye.